Hello everybody, Trackmasterbox 2016 back again, and today we have a Lionel lot to look through. Today we got a lot of stuff that has been installed on the layout and some stuff that is still sitting around. So let's get started. Let's get started with the review. First we're going to review these 027 switches. These look very nice. They are missing the lanterns on them, but they do work. So I may try to fit these somewhere on the layout. So we've got two of these electric switches. This one here needs a little bit of work, as you can see the rust on it. You see the rust on it there. Needs a bit of work, and new wires and the controls need to be redone. But that's okay. That's okay. That could be a project over the winter I can mess around with. So that's it. All this stuff came in with its original boxes. Most of the stuff, like the switches and the signals and stuff like, not signals, the banjo signal and all that. Also has its remotes as well. Very nice remotes. It'll be kind of fun to play with. And if I get some, maybe I could try to find some O-gauge switches, electro switches, without the remotes, and put them in here as well or something. And I have the remote, have a remote. Don't know if these are compatible, interchangeable. Again, I don't know anything about the electro switches. I prefer not to have switches on my layout, but I would like to have a yard or something, a small siding, a passing loop or something one of these days in the future. So let's get started with the freight cars. So first we got this caboose. Now some of these cars I have salvaged out for parts, like this caboose here, the Santa Fe caboose. I took off one of the trucks and put it onto a tanker, which I will show later on. But this is a nice caboose shell. We'll probably do something with this, maybe have it sit on the ground or something like that for a little shop or a worker area. I don't know, I'll have to see. So that is one of the cabooses. This truck here, I think it came in a MPC set. The bad thing is it is missing a bit of the truck there. As you can see, it's busted off. So I may have to try to get a whole new truck, and I think they are riveted in, so I can't just pop the pin and pop a new truck out, which is a shame. Because I do like this hopper. I think it came in a set, and I think this truck is kind of hard to find. I really don't know for sure. Don't know what all the lettering is on it, but again, it is a nice looking hopper. Very happy that I got another hopper. So that is the hopper. Another Great Northern hopper. And I think it has better looking trucks on it than the other one I got. I will fill it with coal and weigh it down and replace the wheels with actual metal ones. That way it has some weight to it. That way it's not just all flopping around on the tracks. So yeah, very happy I have another one of these hoppers. Got this horse car. I've always wondered about these. I think this is one of those things where it's kind of balanced, as you can see. So I guess when one car goes around, when it hits a curve or something, one horse pops out and the other one pops out or something. I don't know. But it's on both sides, so kind of a neat car. Not something I would prefer as a collector's item. The doors don't open either, but it's okay. I mean, it's a regular car. I do like that. Not a fan of the cars like I'm going to show later on. We have a couple of tank 027 tank cars and a small box car, double door box car. We have a Sunoco yellow tank car, which is nice. I do like that one a lot. Glad to have another tank car as part of my tank car train I'm currently building. I have a mobile gas tank car in red and black ends. Very unique looking tank car, 027 line. Now this is what I'm talking about. I think these are called like billboard cars or something like that. This is okay because it's on a box car. I do like this. Not knocking it. I do like these small box cars with the kind of deals on it. But yeah, nice little box car. And then we come to my favourite tank car. I think it's O gauge, not 027. It's a beefer. It is a 3-dome tank car. I do like 3-dome tank cars. I've had one in HO, but I don't know where it is. So I've always wanted one in O gauge. And I'm glad to finally have a 3-dome tank car in O gauge. Now we come to a tank car, which I will unbox and I will put it back in the box because I'm not going to run it on my layout. I'm not a fan, if I can get it out of here, of these types of cars. Not a fan of something like this on my railroad. Some people may like it. I'm not knocking them that do, but this is something you will not see rolling with my rolling stock. I don't like these kind of fantasy weird designs. I like something that looks realistic, as you can see on my layout. That fits in the post-war stuff. No, not a fan of this weird fantasy odd stuff. Just looks cute. I understand it was for kids back in the day, or still is, but I just don't like this stuff. It doesn't appeal to me. I like something that looks real, but I will keep it in the box because one of these days is maybe hard to find or something like that. So it's going to go back in its MPC box. Now we're going to go to some of my favorite pieces. A couple favorite pieces. One, as you can see back there, I have to move the camera. I finally got my banjo signal. It's going to be hard to see because I can't take it off the tripod. But yeah, there it is, the banjo signal. Finally got it. It works right. Looks nice. I will show it in the run when we run the trains. So yeah, very happy with that piece. I love it. It's one of my favorite types of railroad crossings. So glad to knock it off the looking for list. So now we'll move on to two more favorites. One ginormous thing that I got in that is, again, in this is a graduated trestle set. I haven't really opened this up, and I've kind of been wondering about this. I have been kind of pondering about doing something different. With the mountain tunnel. I would like to have an elevated line that goes around the town, kind of in the middle of it, or maybe goes down a bit and have the trains go up and down from the main lines and the mountain tunnel. That way it's just not stuck on that track. But I got one of these if in case I want to do something with it, so I'm also happy about that. Graduated trestle set. Very nice. So now we're moving on to my last two pieces of thing. I got a bay window caboose, which is the Duluth. I think it's Masabe Iron and Iron Range. Very nice colours. I do like the colours of this caboose. Now, one thing I'm questioning is the lighting. When I ran this the other night, this back here was lit up fine. This back here was lit up fine, but the middle was not lit up very well. And I haven't really taken myself to pull apart this car, so I may have to do that one day and figure out why it's not lighting the middle up. And the lighting when I run it with the turbine is very, very dim in the dark. You'll see it in some footage in a moment. But yeah, it's a nice bay window caboose. And it's kind of hard to believe that I've had HO and the Thomas stuff all my life. So it's kind of a realization coming from something this massive in my hands. Because I mean, when you look at it on YouTube or something like that, okay, it's going to be small. No, it's pretty, these cars are pretty massive. Also including the thing that we got next. Now, this is a locomotive that I've been, not an actual locomotive, but a type of locomotive I've been looking for a while. It is a NW2 switcher in a Santa Fe 8010. Now I know Lionel made a post-war, I think it's a 622 or something like that, in the post-war colors. Now 2 knocks. This is a nice running engine, a nice NW2 switcher, but 2 things I do not like about this locomotive in particular: the manual reversing switch and the bleed through in the headlight. The headlight bleeds through and you see the colors, which again, this is MPC, made cheaply by General Mills back in the day, and you could tell. But again, this is probably a starter set engine or something like that. I will run this so you guys get the full effect of it. Again, it is a nice looking engine. Will I do some modification to it? Probably down the road. I do at least want to put in a E-unit, an electronic E-unit. That way I don't have to flip this back and forth, and if I want to do switching one of these days, I can. So that's just one thing. I don't like the blankness of the cab. I mean, I can put my finger in there and you can see it wiggling around. Put some windows in there maybe, or something like that. Try to find a window kit or something. Maybe they make a plastic shell to fit inside. I do like that it has all the old ornamental stuff like the antenna, the radio antenna, brake wheel or whatever that is, the bell, the horn. Very nice. I do like that. Another NW2 that I'm going to get is the DT&I. I think it's Detroit, Toledo and Illinois or something like that. I don't know for sure. It's the orange one, MPC orange one. I've always liked that switcher, so I may try to get that down the road and do some work with it or something. But again, this is a nice switcher, a nice locomotive. I will have to try to get some weight in the back because the back does like to derail. Maybe if I ran it backwards, which I don't like doing, maybe if I ran it backwards down the track, it'll solve its problem. But the motor is in the front and the trailing truck is in the back. So yeah, maybe I can add a horn in here or something like that. Maybe it'll make some weight. I don't know, but the main thing I'm going to try to remedy is at least the E-unit. I want to put an actual E-unit inside it. That way I don't have to flip the switch every time for it to cycle through. So yeah, let's get these cars, all these cars on track, and we'll hook it up to one long train. I may run the 2037 with all the cars and then swap some stuff out with the Santa Fe, because this little guy does not like to pull a long train. So yeah, let's get running these trains.